What's changed for you?
Champ life's good. Champ life's good. You know, again, I haven't changed, but obviously it does. You know, the life has changed a little bit, but that's good. That's what we wanted. Yeah, we wanted to get that belt, and we knew this was going to happen. Now we just adapt to whatever it is. Now you're the champ. You've got some shiny belts over your shoulder, and just do your thing.
It seems like the scene is really getting a lot of attention. I mean, obviously the city kickboxing team gets a lot of attention. They'll have something tonight, but just the growing thing down there as well. I mean, do you feel like that's part of your job or responsibility as well, is to continue to help grow things in the market down there?
Yeah. Well, everyone, we're just all doing our part. You know what I mean? Obviously, we're winning fights, and people are recognizing that, and we're making big noise where we are. You know, and the world's watching us at the moment, and again, we're doing big things. So the boys are going to keep getting the wins up, and hopefully, I'm in there soon, and I keep getting them wins up too.
Let's say a lot of discussion about your first title defense. I mean, perfect case scenario for you, is it on Australian soil or is it somewhere
Yeah,
else?
that's what I want. You know, I want to fight on home soil. Yeah, defend my belt. I think that's the Australian fans deserve that, and I'm pretty sure the UFC want that. And I'm certain they want that, and I want that. So we'll make it happen.
Is it just a matter of getting cleared right now?
Oh yeah, well my hands are binker, so they're going through the clearance and all that sort of stuff. So we should have that talk while we're here.
And who stands on the other side of the cage in your perfect world?
Well, whoever it is, but at the moment, obviously Max's name's getting thrown around a lot in the media and even Dana White and all that. But again, we really haven't had that discussion. So you know just as much as me, honestly.
I doubt that.
Yeah.
Henry Cejudo has been mentioning your name an awful lot.
Yeah.
But, he still played Jose Aldo and this guy that you fought as well. How do you see that fight going?
Look, obviously Aldo's got a couple of losses, but I mean he's still in good nick. You know what I mean? But I still think he's a tough fight for Cejudo as well. So I hope Cejudo's not taking that fight lightly. But Aldo's no joke. Even I don't even know how old he is, but even at the age he is now, he's still moving really well. I still think Aldo can get it done. But again, Henry, he's gonna do his thing and talk and get his name and try and stay relevant and all that. And good on him. But if that does happen and he fights and then we do face each other in the octagon, he'll regret calling me out pretty quick.
You think Cejudo wins that fight?
I don't know. I don't think. I'm definitely going to watch it. I'll be interested to see. I think Aldo actually can get it done. Yep.
Is there any negatives that come with being a UFC champion?
Say that again.
Is there any negatives that come with being a UFC champion?
Any negatives that come with being UFC? Nah, I don't think so.
No new
Having gold ain't really a negative. I don't think. Nah.
Any
I don't.
relatives just like popping out and be like, hey, we're cousins.
That happens a lot. It's actually a joke of me and Joe always talking about when we got back home. He was saying that everyone was supposedly related to me, but it's just it's all good. You know what I mean? Everyone's all good. Champ life's good.
You spoke with Eugene Berman earlier in the week, and he said to even get into city kickboxing, you have to have another person get you in the door and vet you. So I'm curious, how did you get in the door?
Well, I've known the boys there for a long time. So I'm still based in Australia, training at Freestyle 500, but I go there for the camps. And I've known them there for a long time. Brad Riddell was one of my striking coaches in Thailand, and that's where I met Izzy and Eugene and all that. So I've known them for a while. I didn't go there till I fought Shane Young. So I fought Shane Young. That's one of the city kickboxing boys. So I actually started doing my camps there after that. But again, the relationship was always there. But you're right. There's stories of Eugene turning down some guys because they were fighting a fellow Australian. You know what I mean? And Jake Matthews. And Jake Matthews doesn't even train in the gym, but because they were going to fight an Aussie, he's like, nah, this is, you know what I mean? Like he's that Anzac sort of pride. So I think it's cool, you know what I mean? And that's why you can keep it how it is, you know what I mean? And then, don't commercialize it. You want that team feel, and that's what we've got. So I think it works. And why change it?
Why did you make the jump part-time a little bit?
It's just where we are back home. Like obviously, I like to train with as many people as I can, especially training partners. And obviously, the training over there is really good, and we've got a really good relationship with them, and we're a part of the family and team. So I'm based out of Australia, but we're still one big team.
Alex, you look great. Pinstripe never go out.
Cheers, man. That's it.
Absolutely.
It would have looked better if I had my actual three-piece on, but I don't fit into that. So
I think you look better than anyone else, so you're doing good.
I got measured up a while ago. So there.
Speaking of Brad Riddell, how impressed were you with him? I thought it was an amazing performance.
Yeah,
How far
one-
away is he from being in contention?
Yeah. That was very impressive. Especially the guy he fought was no joke, and that was a guy that no one wanted to fight. So and then Brad ended up taking that fight, and as you can see, the guy is no joke. But as you can see, Brad Riddell's no joke either. So again, he does a lot of my striking when I was in Thailand and all that sort of stuff. So it's good. That was a bit of an eye opener for the world to see him do his thing. And still, on his next fight, there'll be more eyes on him, and he'll put an even a better show, I think. So, but yeah.
Last one for me. How do you see Izzy doing it tonight? Give us kind of a play-by-play of what do you think we're going to look at with Yoel?
Man, just again, I got a lot of respect for any fighters that get in there, but I just think Izzy's going to be just too much. And watching him train the last few weeks and watching him in camp, he's looking really, really good, really sharp. Everything he's just on. He's always on. Obviously, he's always looking good, but right now there's just something different. And I got to see him even just shadow boxing, and it's good to just see someone's state of mind. When they're close to a fighter. I guess I'm the same, and it was good to watch him, and he's just picturing everything while he's shadow boxing, and you know what I mean. He's seen it, even though he hasn't been in the octagon with Romero before. Like he's visualized this, and you know what I mean. And he's going to be on point tonight.
Champ, how was the travel coming over here compared to the last time you were just here?
Yeah,
Crazy, yeah.
That's not too bad. For some reason, I always get a little bit more jet lag when I'm not fighting, which is a good thing. But every time I come here as a guest or something like that, for some reason, like when I went to New York as well for the BMF belt, I think it was. Yeah, I went there for the press conference and that. That rattled me, but usually I adapt pretty good when I'm fighting. But I'm all right now. But I had a big night last night, so.
I was referring to the
scrap that.
outbreak.
Hey?
Do you have any trepidation about traveling due to the outbreak? Because there's,
Oh yeah, not really. I'm not trying not to worry about. Just keep that immune system up and keep washing your hands.
You had a big night last night. How big's the night going to be tonight? If you win?
Yeah, I should have saved for tonight probably, but it's gonna be a good one. So we got a few of the whole teams here. We've got a heap of the boys here, so it's gonna be a good night.
What do you think to Dan's fight against Dustin, man?
Yeah, that's good. So that's announced as well, isn't it? Yeah. So that's unreal. I was surprised because the last I sort of heard, I thought Dan actually injured himself like straight after the fight, but obviously his ankle's fine now. So he's quick turnaround. That's good. You know what I mean? He just wants to get back in there and chase that belt. You know what I mean? I don't think he's that far away. And a fight like that'll definitely get him in title contention. So, or people start talking about him being fighting for that title, and I think that'll be well deserved. And that's a big fight, so I'm looking forward to that. Dan can do it too.
Have you done a shoey yet tonight?
Have I done a shoey? Nah. That's not my thing. I've done plenty back in the day, back in my footy days, but not tonight.
How many times have you rewatched your championship fight?
I've watched it a few times. I've watched it probably 4 or 5 times, especially when you keep hearing Max's name getting mentioned about being the rematch. So you learn a lot. Every time I watch my fights, I learn a lot. Like every one of my fights, I always learn something that I done really well or something that I didn't do well. And, I work out why did it work well or why it didn't work well, you know what I mean? And I break it down. I find the mechanics of it, and I learn a lot. I actually learn a lot about myself in fighting. So, I'm always looking to improve. So I make sure I look back at fights, and I've watched that a few times.
Now it's one division up, seems to be the glamour division here in the UFC with lightweight. You ever think about that, and if so, how far in the future would that?
Well, I guess I wouldn't say I'm always thinking about it, but I'm always getting asked about it. So that's something that it is. I guess it's something that I'm happy to talk about. But right now, I want to defend my division. That's what I said I was going to do. I'll be a great champion. I'm going to defend my division. But at the same time, a big fight comes and they start mentioning like a big name over there, in lightweight division. I wouldn't turn it down.
When do you expect to be 100% from your hand?
I'm back into training, so obviously I've got to be careful. Obviously got to keep it strapped and not go silly. But I mean, at the same time, I'm doing enough to stay fit and strong.
Holloway seems to be the front runner for your next opponent. But is there anybody else that has caught your eye in the division?
Oh yeah, there's a few people that are close, but just not there. Like that's what I was saying, and I didn't mean anything by it. I wasn't being disrespectful by saying one of you guys got to fight. I think there's so many people that are just one fight away from getting that title shot. I think they'll be a clear front runner if they were to fight and win against another contender. There's a few of them. You got your Yares, Zombies. You know what I mean, like Ortega. You know what I mean. So it's a bit. You know what I mean. There's a few of them that are probably one fight away. But it depends. We'll see who it is in June. Hopefully, people will fight. Obviously, we get some fights in our division, and then we'll know who's going to be next.
Max is a very outspoken supporter of both the scores. He wants to know the scores between rounds.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on that? Would you like to know the scores
Oh yeah, I think that'd be cool. You know what I mean? Just to know, you know what I mean? I think all fighters would want that. Yeah, really. So a lot of people don't want that. Okay. Yeah, I want to know. If I'm behind, I want to know. You know, if I'm winning, I still want to know as well. Again, I'm a pretty calculated fighter, and knowing how the rounds go, I can be more calculated. So I'm all for it. All good. All right.